So the Washington Commanders absolutely got it done today against the New York Giants, an NFC East rival, as well as professional football team. We say that with a question mark after today because the Commanders absolutely took care of them. Like it was a game, yes, but I don't know. The Commanders look so good. So today we're going to touch on the winners and losers from the game that was, and for the Commanders. I really think that, to be honest with you, it all starts with Jayden Daniels. I don't think you can really say anything else at this point. He's just an absolute man, and any way you slice it, the guy just, I mean, he just breaks open games, and there's just what he can do with his legs. He's just so hard to defend, and like I said, you just got to give him a ton of credit. So on the day, he finished 19 of 30 for 233 yards, a touchdown, and no interceptions. Now the thing about it is his stats weren't incredible, but the way that he's able just to stand in the pocket, he's so confident, and it just exudes off of it into his teammates. Like he I don't know if you guys know who Dave Chappelle is, but he kind of has the same kind of feel that Dave Chappelle does when he goes into a comedy routine where it's like, I just know this is going to go well. And it does usually. And so, but for a guy like Jane Daniels, it's just one of those things where every time he steps on the field, he just always looks so confident. And it was just fantastic. He also had 11 carries for 68 yards. So it's just good luck stopping this guy this year. He's going to be absolutely ball out. So Ja'Cory Croskey Merritt, I mean, 10 carries, 82 yards and a touchdown. And it just really feels like he is going to be such a breakout star this year. Like he's going to have over 1,000 yards. He's going to be a really big missing piece to this running game. And even though, I mean, when you consider the fact that the Commanders ran for over 220, ran for 220 yards, there's going to be so many running backs, but JCM is going to be that guy. There was a reason that they were willing to keep him on the roster and just going to have him be that guy too. And plus, obviously, with Debo Samuel as well as Jeremy McNichols, like this is going to be a really really good running game this year. Also, so Zach Ertz, I know he missed that catch early in the game, but he more than made up for it, in my opinion. Had himself a pretty good day. 3 catches, 26 yards. Also, Debo Samuel Jr., you talk about 7 catches for 77 yards. Also had that 19-yard touchdown run there early in the game. He looked fantastic. Nick Bellior laid someone out on that punt return. That was fantastic. That just definitely set the tone. It never felt like the Commanders were never completely in control of this one, and it showed all game long. The run game was fantastic, like we said, running for over 220 yards, and it just set the tone, and it made Jane Daniels not have to do too much, not more than you can really ask for. The run defense was also pretty good. Overall, you saw the Giants run for only 74 yards, and this defensive line was everywhere, whether it was Daron Payne, whether it was Dorance Armstrong, whether it was Dietrich Wise, whether it was Javon Kinlaw. They were all over the place. Armstrong and Daron Payne both had sacks. Also, Bobby Wagner was fantastic. He had 10 tackles on the day. Also had that fumble recovery. Jeremy Reeves, who you'll see on this list too, who was a major winner, forced out that football late at the end game there, and he just looked. Oh, I put him on here twice. Oops. He just looked fantastic. And so this defense just balled out today. You really like what you saw from what they did against guys like Malik Neighbors. They shut down the running game, and Russell Wilson really looked uncomfortable. Even though he's a veteran, he looked uncomfortable at times, especially with what that defensive line was able to do. Quan Martin, excuse me, had that interception, even though it didn't count. Had himself 5 tackles as well. Will Harris, 4 tackles on the day. Frankie Louvu, our guy, 7 tackles as well. So top to bottom, very good game by the Commanders here. The losers. So I say this lightly because penalties, yes, but at the same time, no. The refs sucked today. They just, at some point, I understand that penalties happen and you got to be able to call them, but also at some point, you got to let guys go. You got to let players play. And I just really felt like the refs were too much of the main character in this game, and they did not need to be. So obviously, the Commanders, if and when they get that corrected, oh boy, this is going to be this is going to be this is going to be such a hard team to beat because they can run the football, they can throw the football, they can play good defense, and it's just they're going to be a really good team for a really long time. And yes, Tom Brady did call it as well. So overall, Commanders getting themselves a win, and they're other than just being winners. Who were your guys' winners and losers from the game? Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below, and we'll see you on the next video.